it's always been a bunch of good matches so far.
Oh yeah, and especially in a game like Super Metroid, where even the slightest thing not being on point with your play will cost you quite a few seconds. This is a game where you have to be bringing your very, very best from start to finish.
Yeah, thankfully the beginning, it's just series. You don't lose too much time for being a little inoptimal in series. Then as soon as you land, it's basically optimization station for everything. You're just trying to do your best to shave off the half seconds and seconds between each room and optimize it as much as possible.
Oh yeah. Little tiny things. Stopping before the door, making sure to take damage off Ridley as fast as possible, and even during the escape, just optimizing being able to avoid the steam jets.
Yeah, absolutely. The steam's based off of like a global timer, this global cycle. So it's actually like when you're running through the station and you're going through a specific door, it's good to have an idea of like what the time means for the steam. You can experiment with that as you're learning the run. So 5589 for Di10kong, you gotta know, probably gotta jump over that steam instead of run straight into it. And it could be on a different cycle and stuff like that. But those are like the small things, you know, running into steam, just a tiny time loss, you know, it might not mean that much, but we already see Gameaholic pulling just the slightest bit ahead.
Yeah, both of them making the climb in the final room nice and fast. Oh, a 42 into 43, real close together.
Yeah, they're neck and neck right now. Gonna be landing on the planet. Is it Zeebs or Zeebies? Or is it neither?
You know, when I was a kid, I always called it Zeebs, but based on during my weeb years, I read the kana for the planet and talked to some folks. I guess it's pronounced Zebus.
Zebus, okay.
That's the way I understand it now.
All right, well I was wrong. I was mega wrong. Like not just regular wrong, double wrong. I was wrong both times.
Oh man, I need to go back in time, talk to my childhood self, and think, man, you are so wrong about this.
Oh, I mean that happened all the time. There's so many mispronunciations. Oh, missing the shot in the door. This small time. And they're essentially synced right now.
That's pretty great. Well, it could change right here. Oh, both taking different paths down the parlor. Diddy having a cleaner fall there, first to make into the reverse climb. Yep, just gravity works the same on both of them. Just, we're probably just going to be seeing a whole lot of little back and forths up until probably, Bomb Chorizo.
Yeah, absolutely. The climb, usually, there's either... If they both have a clean climb, they'll be neck and neck. The climb can sometimes be a time swing, depending on just, your execution. Bomb Chorizo, usually the early decider and who just gets a nice early, lead.
And that was odd. They just kind of stopped there for a moment on the elevator, and just like that, Gameaholics pulled ahead.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened there. Maybe he had to like turn away for a moment. Always one of those unexpected things you have to deal with. You never know what's going to happen in real life.
Yeah, there was a... I was commentating a race where one of the runners got cat aggro, and that was real unfortunate when that happened.
Oh, that sounds like the most adorable time loss. Alright, both of them finished up with Blue Brinstar, hitting the elevator back up into Criteria. That was probably like no more than a second or two apart. They're still sticking real close together here.
Yeah, and we're gonna see if there's different approaches on the climb. Sometimes people like to... Wall jumping can be kind of tough when you're first starting out. Both these runners have very good times, so you know, you expect there's going to be a minimum level of execution, but everyone has a different approach to what they like to prioritize. So we'll kind of see if they prefer, you know, a wall jump climb or like a behemoth.
Looks like okay, Gameaholic was just zooming out a bit to get a better hit on the pirate. They're both opting for the wall jump.
Yep.
Actually, Gameaholic's doing a bit of a hybrid. He's going a bit further on those close platforms just to get a cleaner shot, it looks like. Either that or he sometimes might be having a bit of a struggle squeezing in that gap, which is definitely one of the harder parts of the wall jump climb.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, other than having a little bit of struggle in the parlor there, almost synced again.
And here, Gameaholic with a slight lead on their way to Bomb 3. So taking damage, it's not what you want to see right before Bomb 3 is up.
Ooh, definitely not. Getting a clean Bomb Chorizo fight depends on getting those guaranteed missile drops, and Gameaholic even being down 10 means he's going to be getting some energy.
Yeah, I mean, RNG can still be with you. You can still get enough missiles where it doesn't matter, but sometimes you can just get nothing but health, and it's a real bad time.
I guess we'll see what Bomb Chorizo does. Oh, Diddy had a really strong start, but accidentally grabbed all the missiles there. Oh, that was... Oh, both of them having super clean fights, though. That was real nice.
That was a good recovery from Gameaholic. He actually got pretty good RNG. He got a mix of health and missiles, so that they were at full HP by the time the second bombs shot out of Bomb Chorizo and could finish it up clean with a missile kill. Both of them going for Alcatraz, it looks like.
Oh,
okay. Just not quite getting the morph. It's getting there. It is.
But he was getting multiple wall jumps up in that little crevice, and that ain't easy either. So that was pretty impressive.
It's one of the things actually. When you're learning Alcatraz, you can if you get up at least into that point, you can at least always wall jump off of the left, and you can just keep doing it over and over again. So you could, if one of the methods is to just do that and do the morph and hope it just comes out.
Getting some clicking, I think. Might be having a little bit of mic trouble. But both Diddy and Game heading down into green Brinstar, having 5 missiles so they can open this door. Go in here. This is where they can get early super missiles. This is the first major sequence break in the run. Let's just skip Spore Spawn. We promise Spore Spawn is a real boss, so we're not just making it up.
Yeah, Spore Spawn does exist. There's a whole category devoted to Spore Spawn, just so that Spore Spawn always gets. Alright,
both of them pulling off the mock ball, getting out of that room in short order. Real nice.
Yeah, and there's still, you know, Kong's got a slight lead, but it's nothing that Gameaholic can't make up. Especially, you know, the next time swing I'd say is whether or not they both get crate quick kill. Some optimal movement here and there can definitely gain Gameaholic some time. We're probably going to see a mock ball from Kong here, yeah, and then attempt at a down back. Ooh. So those are just tiny optimizations. The landing there doesn't seem like it's a big time loss, but when you add up all these tiny momentum slowers and stuff like that, you can kind of see the seconds.
Oh yeah, Samus has a lot of momentum on the ground in this game. Like, even the tiniest stoppage of her running will cause fractions of a second to just disappear from your timer.
Nice jump from Kong. This is a nice mock ball to avoid this first hopper guy. And then we're going to use a charge shot. Gameaholic not quite getting it. Going to have to do just a slightly slower backup.
Still a very nice backup, making it through here, only taking a hit from that final side hopper. Interesting, Gameaholic not opting to kill the last Cack attack. I know a lot of folks like to kill it to get that essentially guaranteed super drop.
Yeah, it's one of those things that if you're not doing the entrance to crate where you shoot every single block and try and just jump straight on the platform, not having the extra super isn't necessarily the worst thing, because mini crate's going to give you all the supers you need, and that Cack attack right there will always drop a super if you're not at full supers. Kojaking the block from Kong, and a little short on the...
Oh, showing off a fun little trick there with Samus's spin jump hitbox going through the door. That has definitely given Gameaholic a few seconds to catch up here. Both of them are going to be entering Kraid pretty darn close to each other.
Yeah, there's definitely, if Kong does not get the Kraid quick kill and Gameaholic does, that's definitely going to be another lead chain. Honestly, it'd be sick to see both of them get it, you know. I love to see a tight race. Kong not having a second missile, probably going to have to do a charge quick kill. Yeah, there you go. They start.
And it looks good.
There it is. See if Gameaholic can get the same.
Also going for the charge. And he looks
That's
good.
the good frame. Oh, they both got it. Nice.
Oh, that was super clean. It makes me happy.
So like small little high five there as Kong exits the barrier room. Gameaholic still a super close race.
Yeah, nice have to get out of Kraid's warehouse here, make their way back into Norfair, but I think they're probably both going to stop and grab the E-Tank on the way out.
Yeah, even if you're confident as a 3 E-Tank runner, in a race, I learned the hard way. Always get Kraid E-Tank, unless you're like really confident. But we see Kong entering the Kraid E-Tank room.
Having to use a super there because he's actually out of normal missiles.
Yeah, Gameaholic, meanwhile, got enough missiles. Definitely gonna get the good end of the deal. Keep their 5 supers. Oh, they got a super back from the crab.
Oh gosh, having a little bit of struggle getting up there, but okay, yeah, they're doing fine on ammo. No problems here.
Nice little morph there from Gameaholic to avoid getting knocked back by the crabs. Just doesn't want to deal with like killing them. Doesn't care about the drops. Just wants to get there through the door as quick as possible. And that actually did gain him a little.
I'm starting to wonder if Diddy's maybe a bit distracted by something, because he seems to be making a handful, they're not big, but just really tiny little movement, like, mistakes. It's like he fell into the spike pit leaving Kraid, or it took him a couple of extra tries to jump up onto the platform with the elevator.
Yeah, it was just one of those slight little oopsies with the down grab. I know Gameaholic missing the kill on this little, the fire... I don't know what's the name of that dude?
Hang on, I got you covered. I got the manual right here.
Yeah. Let's call him a little fire fro, dude. He's got like a fire afro.
Yeah, I got this. Hang on a second. Criteria enemies, Brinstar enemies.
It's a Norfair enemy.
I can't believe it's not in the manual.
No. Let's call him a fire fro. But Gameaholic gonna have to kill it and then head back up. Once the pack of missiles, it's very useful. It's very safe. And that does give Kong a slightly bigger...
Yeah,
interesting. Kong not wanting to use the supers on the
Interesting. I could understand that if he were down to 1 super, because then he wouldn't be able to open the door he just went through. But otherwise, just 1 missile versus 5 to open a door. There's no reason not to.
Yeah, maybe they're thinking that on the farm back from speed, they're gonna probably just get like excess missiles and like that waiver just dropped some missiles. Ooh. So this is Bubble Mountain. They're gonna try and gain a little bit of speed and then jump and then wall jump using the pseudo screw because they want to obliterate this guy. Doesn't want to worry about the spikes, and it was a good call because it shot the spikes at the worst possible time.
Just glowing elbow dropped King Kak, essentially. Both of them finished committing a proper regicide there on King Kak Attack, getting that super drop, getting themselves the speed booster. Such an important item on multiple levels in this run.
Yeah, and it's also one of like the coolest in terms of like speed tech, just because there's so many interesting things you can do with speed.
Oh yeah. And all because this game has a run button, humorously enough.
Exactly. So Kong wants 3 supers, it looks like. Gets 5!
Oh no, here comes the... Okay.
Yeah, they're leading the charge, they'll like square up. Just like square up right now.
He's just like, here comes the pain train, better not run.
Interesting, Gameaholic with 4 supers, but still wants the 5th one. Really, you only need 2. And you can use missiles to open the door that Kong actually just entered through. But Gameaholic really wants the full... But it's not necessarily a mistake. It's just a playstyle thing. You know, there's probably a good reason that they want.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. Normally, from here to wrecked ship, the only like guaranteed super drop you'll likely run into is King Cack Attack on the way back and the 2 Cack Attacks in Red Tower.
Well, there's a Cack Attack on the way to Red Tower as well.
Oh, that's right.
So there's one on the way and there's 2 up top. And then even like through the spike room, you could potentially get some supers if you're willing to kill some enemies instead of just deboost completely through it. But I feel like that would be too much of a time loss.
Yeah.
Gameaholic having some trouble getting back up.
Oh, I swear that I don't remember what they're called, but those enemies that are down there shooting fire at you, they always just know when you're coming. If you miss the first jump, they'll snipe you at least once. Alright, Diddy first to make it back into the first vertical room here. Gonna be elevatoring back up. I don't expect either of them to stop for ice this early.
Yeah, and it was a nice super drop from that little Firefro, who we still don't know their names, but that super is gonna help if they want to go for Alpha Spark. They can definitely get a 20 health piece from the Cack Attack in the room, which will be a nice top off before Alpha Spark if they
And
alright, they have the charge.
Here we go.
There it is. A clean Alpha Spark. Nice little down grab to make sure they don't fall down all the way, and then we're making our way up Red Tower, so that enhances the lead Kong has. We'll see if Gameaholic tries to go for the same thing. They have enough health for it, for sure.
He's going for it.
Oh.
Oh, meanwhile...
Oh, just ran out of charge.
Diddy almost got the first try, Red Tower climb there, manages to recover, get it on the second try. Still really squick. Squick? No, I don't even know it. That's something completely different.
No, it's right. Yeah, they're squick. Ooh, falling in the plant. That's an annoying time. Not much damage. You're not actually taking that much damage, but it is... You're just like, oh, just let this end.
It's like, I just want to go get some power bombs. I don't have time to play with the flowers.
Oh, Gameaholic made it up, but then missed the wall jump for the Red Tower, and then it's gonna have to shoot it again. Let's see if those shots. They did not.
Oh.
All right, first try. First try every time.
They're easy. Easy. Clean 2 damage boosts through Hellway.
And a little high five, backwards high five, but
there we go. Kong heading up into Criteria, looking real good on energy and ammo.
Absolutely. Gameaholic falling into another plant, trying to get the deboost on these little blobs here. It's kind of tough when it's just a single enemy. Deboosting off of spikes, there's a bigger window for the deboost, but enemies have a much smaller. So it can be kind of tough. It's not the same timing as the spike.
Oh.
Ooh, did he? This block had just respawned, but they fell a little bit, got their feet.
Oh, he's going for Ocean Fly.
Oh man, I don't know if that's gonna. Yeah, I see that the Afro creatures are called zoomers. Oh yeah, just bonked, just barely.
Yeah. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I usually see folks use a super missile there because it just goes faster. So
You could use a regular missile, but it's a super tight window.
Yeah, doors in the Super Metroid are closed until they're
completely open. Yeah.
Yeah. The door could be 90% open and you'll bonk into the air between the little blue pixels.
Alright, so Diddy's got 151 HP. That is enough for a comfy Phantoon, especially just if they get some health drops from the flames themselves. I know Phantoon is definitely one of the hardest bosses to learn, and I did see Diddy practicing Phantoon before the race started.
Yeah. Phantoon always just puts a little bit of fear in you. Even when you learn good strats, you know how to predict what Phantoon is doing. All it takes is a couple of accidental fires, and you're gonna be hearing that klaxon that you're at low health, and then just the terror, man, the terror.
Alright, so it's looking like probably a slow.
Oh, he's going for this strat. I like this strat.
Nice, clean first X Factor there. This strat's pretty good because you get a little bit of extra damage on the first phase. So instead of it just being one charge shot and an X Factor, it's 400 damage, 4 missiles, and an X Factor.
Yeah, I believe. Oh, he missed the super.
Oh, and the 41 HP is actually looking real scary right now. They definitely want some HP from Phantoon. Getting hit. This is actually really close. The super, ooh, there it is. That's gonna be a health bomb, but at least they're not dead.
Yeah, better to health bomb than to get the game over screen. Oh, all pure health.
Yeah,
bombs
it's with Phantoon, I would say it's actually probably the one boss that you're okay with a health bomb, because at the very least you're gonna get 5 supers from this super pack right here, and they do have 1 power bomb for Attic, so it's not the worst situation.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, I agree with you there, though. If I'm going to get health bombed on any one boss, I would like it to be Phantoon.
Yeah, especially because to get to gravity, you need at least 90 HP. If you're going to do the spike method, if you're going to do the short charge method, it's like a little bit under 90 to go the full.
Meanwhile, Gameaholic has a really good Phantoon fight there, finishing at 122 energy. He's going to be getting all sorts of goodies here.
Yeah, it's strapped now. A little low on health, but honestly, they could definitely kill one of the atoms on the way up and get an extra 20 and be really comfortable.
Yeah. Alright, Day's not... He's opting just to use supers to take care of all the enemies here, not going to be using any Shine Spark shenanigans.
Yeah, using regular missiles. Yeah.
Alright, so I guess now the next big question is either of them going to try to go for the short charge, or are they just going to run and jump across the spikes?
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely looks like they're farming up this room. This room has a good chance to drop supers, some health. It's actually, the enemies in here are pretty good. That's the short charge. Oh, just missing it. I think an extra step they would have gotten it, because that looked like a clean stutter.
Oh, so close. Thankfully, Diddy having plenty of health, and now he gets to go bowling, having a nice chill time.
Gameaholic did a Shine Spark strat in Attic, but now they're looking a little spooky on health the situation now. They got 92. They're probably gonna hope that there's some health drops on the enemies. But
yeah, might take it a little bit easy through the pancake room, and then also with the bugs outside. We'll see what he does.
Alright, gets a 20. They're making their way through. Yeah, I mean, they are full on supers, so there's actually a pretty good chance that there's health drops, and instead there's missiles being dropped. But, so 90, what, 147 minus 90, they'll be okay.
I will say, I think the one thing Diddy was really worried about, and the reason he was farming, is he needs a power bomb. He can't break the Meridia tube without it.
That's true. That's a good point.
So he might have to just end up stopping to farm in Hellway. It's probably his best bet.
We could farm in there's a power bomb. Yeah, there's like a little frog on the way down from Red Tower, and there's these 2 crabs here which can drop power bombs as well. But usually you want a pseudo screw. God's health instead. The crab's not being nice.
Oh, wait,
alright, there it is.
There it is. Hey, those crabs are serious business. Even with gravity suit, they hurt like crazy. You don't want to be just face planting into them.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to get damaged by the crabs. They do a surprising amount of damage for an enemy that is just kind of that they give to you in like.
Yeah, it's 1 screen away. It's 2 screens away from your ship, and it can just ruin your afternoon. Actually, it makes me a little bit worried about Gameaholic. He can definitely not afford to be playing around with the crabs. Hopefully, he just gets through there without a trouble.
Yeah, it's definitely gotta have to make sure they're on point. Saw Diddy actually go down a little bit to farm the caterpillars to get some power bombs because they have also an extremely high power bomb drop. Ooh, the pseudo screw almost missing. There it is. Gotta have power bomb.
Yeah, both of them having plenty of power bombs. That means that they got nothing to worry about. They can make it through Aqueduct. They can do X factors on Batu, and they're in good shape now with ammo.
Yeah, Gameaholic full on supers, so the cack attacks are gonna drop 20 health pieces each. I definitely expect them to use that. Oh, taking some damage, but the gravity suit, thankfully negating most of it.
Let's see. Yeah, I was curious to see if he was going to try to take some. He wants the big health. Yeah,
I mean, he took some damage for it, but still net positive. And we see Diddy entering Meridia.
Here we go. Meridia, one of the most chill, relaxing music areas in the game.
Yeah, it's also one of the most frustrating parts in terms of, for some people, especially the bosses in Meridia. Batoon and Dragon can be really tough execution.
Yes, most definitely. And Batoon is also just deceptively dangerous. His green shots and his body just do a lot more damage than you think. So keep our fingers crossed that both of them have a clean time, because Diddy's going into Batoon with 124 energy. Should be fine, but that still leaves him... If things start going south, he's gonna have to be real careful.
Yeah, the strat for Batoon is they're gonna go for an X Factor using... Some people like to use audio keys. Some people have some like stuff they'll use to waste time in the room to line up the but they want to hit with the X Factor and then 6 supers if it goes all according to plan. Well, here's this strat. They got it. Yeah, that's a poppy strat. I'll let you know that right now.
I have never seen that. That was really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. That's 1 super away. They hit with 5 supers. Problem now, Batoon is rampaging around, going real fast, real hard to hit with the super when your entire body is just eat supers and it's only your head that takes damage.
Yeah, but Diddy didn't care. Took care of that speedy sea sausage, and he's on his way.
Yeah, but that was a super... I do like that X Factor setup a lot. That's a Poplar setup that they created, or at the very least that the first person I saw do that is Poplar's. But it is a super swaggy setup, but it also you know, proving right how it seems to be pretty consistent and easy for people to...
Yeah, actually, I do kind of want to give a quick shout out to Poplars. They have been doing some tremendously great work and making short video tutorials for some great strats to help people out.
Look at Gameaholic having kind of an annoying Batoon as well. The Batoon is all raged out. Probably 1 more charge shot. And we see Diddy heading towards Dragon. Dragon fight is primarily if you could do the short charge as well, which we did see Diddy go for a short charge bowling room, so I imagine they're going to be doing Shine Spark Dragon. It could be a tough fight because you're dealing with doing short charges or also avoiding Dragon, and it's a rough time.
Yeah. Diddy also has a decent amount of ammo though, so even if gets Dragon to red stomach and has trouble, can probably finish her off with supers.
Yeah, we saw them just practice little short charges there. Not gonna go for an X Factor to clean short charge.
Nice.
Pretty good start, yeah.
Now, the thing they're going to be really trying to do here is Dragon has multiple hitboxes. They're going to want to try to hit right between her head and stomach hitboxes to do extra damage.
Yeah, you saw Diddy try and jump behind Dragon there. That avoids the goop. If you hit the goop at all, even while Shine Sparking, Dragon just like...
Yeah, you don't want to get gooped. Oh no!
Oh, and speaking of getting gooped, oh, but he can avoid. Yeah, that's very well. There you see Gameaholic just entered Dragon. They're both fighting Dragon right now. Right there, you see an example of the goop hitting and Dragon just piecing out. 65 HP, looking a little low. The 13 missiles might finish Dragon.
Oh,
there it is.
And a nice kill.
Pretty clean spark for Gameaholic. Just hit the head, but definitely still got some good damage there.
Yeah, if memory serves, the magic number is I think 150 or so. If you're under 150 energy, Shine Sparking to get a killing hit is a bit risky.
Yeah, so one of the things, like when you kill Dragon with a Shine Spark, you can be inside the hitbox of Dragon, and then there's a thing called chain damage where Dragon hits you multiple times as they're... Gameaholic using a power bomb, get rid of all the goop, gonna unload the ammo into the very red stomach of Dragon. They're so close to dead. One more Shine Spark, almost for sure. Oh, just barely miss, I think. Either that or hit just like a tiny amount. Is the 4 missiles enough?
Oh no!
Oh, it is! It is! They got gooped, but it's enough!
Taking the goopy victory. Oh, trying to get a spike suit.
Going for a spike suit, yeah. Spike suit's a double frame perfect trick, so it's definitely not easy to do.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing a blue suit. I think someone was asking about blue suit there. It's basically if you kill Dragon with a Shine Spark. I think the game gets a little bit confused about what state Samus is in, so it basically lets her keep the blue speed booster state while not running. So you can basically, as long as you don't press the dash button or crouch, you can hold that charge until you need it.
Oh, is Diddy gonna go for plasma?
Oh, I think he is.
Oh, that's rough.
Wait, he's going for it again!
Well, the fish might have something else to say about that. Yeah, it's such a tight trick. Yep. you really, it's an extremely difficult trick, arguably harder than a full hack. You have to have super clean ledge grabs, and you have to beat the fish there. But making it through the room regardless, trying to get some HP, some amp.
Yeah, sitting at exactly 85 energy rather. Now, getting himself the plasma beam. This is going to make the last two major bosses a lot less worrisome.
Yeah, Plasma Beam, the most powerful beam in the game. The Wave Beam, ooh, taking some damage there. The Wave Beam is able to pierce through walls. It can shoot through walls. The Plasma Beam can pierce through most enemies.
Yeah.
There's a few exceptions, but for the most part, it just pierces through all enemies. It's a very, very powerful beam. They are running any percent. The Prodigy is in reference to the fact that everyone who has entered the tournament at the time of entering had a PB above 50 minutes. And the command can definitely tell you a little bit more and show you the brackets.
Yeah. Plasma is definitely one of the things I like a lot about the KPDR boss order, because Phantoon First does not get Plasma, and the beam combo with Spazer only does a third of the damage of the beam combo with Plasma.
Yeah, so... And next two coming bosses, Ridley and Mother... They need 20 charge shots. In the new route, which is PRKD, they have to shoot Ridley and Mother Brain with 60 charge shots.
Yep.
So it takes a bit of time, and it's a lot riskier because the fight is elongated. There's more chance to...
Yeah, I think there's a reason why we only have one runner who actually has been using the new route in the tournament.
Do you know of the runner offhand?
Yeah, French Lightning John.
That's really impressive.
It's the only route he knows, and he has no interest in learning the old routes, so hey.
Yeah, I mean, the only requirement was that your PB be above 50 minutes. It didn't say that you had to run the old route.
It's true. I guess that's one of the things I'm actually kind of really loving about this tournament is that as long as you're not doing anything that's, you know, breaking the rules, anything goes. We've been seeing all sorts of strats, some of them old but not really common, and even folks just coming up with some strats that work for them. Like I've bold-facedly lifted a couple of things I've seen during races. I'm like, oh, I really like this person's movement through this room. I'm gonna try that.
Oh yeah, no. The nice part about being on commentary, apart from getting to see really cool matches, is that all the tech I get, all the stuff I get to download from better runners than you. Like you made that strat, you did that strat, I made that strat now.
No wait, that's
no, it's mine. It's my strat.
Oh no, now you've done it. Did he gonna work off a bit of aggression here in the fairway? Just full tilt through some pirates.
Oh, and unfortunately jumping a little bit late. Did not get the speed booster space jump into this room. Definitely gonna see an energy recharge in my opinion. I feel like you'd be crazy to enter Lower Norfair with 116 health. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Gameaholic going for the ice muck. Ooh, just barely missing it.
I actually need to figure that out. I'm actually not sure. Is taking fairways slower than getting the ice mock ball and taking another route to Lower Norfair?
I think if you get late ice, the lower route is slightly faster if you can land all this. So like if you can land the speed booster space jump and the other parts like really well, then I think it's slightly faster to do with late ice. But if you're not getting late ice, then it's definitely faster to go through Frog Speedway.
All right. Not to mention, it also has the advantage of having a Nutella refill along the way, so...
Absolutely. So you see killing those pirates there, just to reduce the lag in the power bomb. Only got one, but it still reduces the lag, so it ends up still being worth it. We're going to see a fast pillars attempt.
Here we go.
Oh, just miss it. Oh, they're going for it again. They really want the power bomb? If they really want to guarantee it, going into the next room can definitely just ensure... Missing it again. They're really committed. Honestly, I would like to see just throwing the strat away. Listen, I missed it. Time to just throw power bombs. But they really want the shine.
I mean, it is a really cool strat.
I do love it. Unfortunately, missing the short charge again. I think there are times the time to call it quits. There are times of charm even when you're quitting.
Yeah, not to mention that this has allowed Gameaholic to catch up. They are now in
the same room. Absolutely.
And there's plenty of things that can happen in Lower Norfair. The worst room in the game now, then Amphitheater, and then everything leading up to Ridley. This is going to be a tense few minutes.
You see Gameaholic, both of them going for the strat of killing everything in this room because this room sucks.
Yeah, we don't call it the worst room in the game for a laugh. This room is terrible, particularly in new route, but even in old route, you can die in this room very easily. Yeah, everything in Lower Norfair deals 50 damage. There's very few things that don't. So each of those pirates hitting you would deal 50 damage. These key hunters coming up on Diddy's screen are going to deal 50 damage. Oh god, key hunters are the worst. They're possibly my least favorite normal enemy in any 2D Metroid.
Yeah, the thing that makes them so particularly annoying is their sort of sporadic movement, and they're like, sometimes you think you're safe from them, you're like, oh, they're in an enclosed space, and then they swoop down, and they somehow get through the tiniest of spaces.
Yeah.
So, but there's some strats to deal with them. Gameaholic getting touched there by one of them. It's gonna be okay though. Probably should have shot it, but you know what? They have 4 E-tanks. They're probably feeling pretty okay still with.
And thankfully, keeping an eye on his power bomb count. If he had used a power bomb there, he would have been 1 short to break the statue.
Yeah, and then you have to get what we call the power bombs of shame. Going for the Shine Spark Echo kill. Got the first one. Yeah, I was about to say, like, if they're not picking up the drops, I'm like, you gotta get those. I love those drops. It's just like such a good feeling picking up those drops when you're in Lower Norfolk.
Yeah, they give you so much. You could go in there with like 1 E-tank and low on ammo and leave just full. Alright, Diddy's in good shape and energy heading into Ridley.
Gameaholic not that far behind, just about 2 rooms away. You're gonna see how Diddy's Ridley goes. 20 charge shots is what we're gonna have to hit Ridley with.
Yeah. Thankfully, Diddy is no stranger to the Ridley fight. Knows what Diddy's tricks are. Not what Diddy's. Knows what.
Yeah, that's what I had trouble saying Diddy's Ridley. It's just like this sounds so simple.
He knows what Ridley's tricks are. Knows how to deal with them. For example, like dealing with the pogo, dealing with the swoops. Because Ridley is legitimately a dangerous boss in this game. Until you get the hang of him, he will outright just end your runs.
But with a super clean Ridley fight. Gameaholic also fighting Ridley at the same time. You notice that after they roll under Ridley while he's pogoing, they jump up a bit. That's to manipulate so that Ridley starts facing left and pogoing, and they can get in that sweet spot where Ridley can't hit you, and you can just unload with charge shots. But Diddy walking out of there, not picking up really E-tank, 431 HP. I don't blame him.
Yeah, that's enough as long as he can have a good mother brain too.
And it looks like Gameaholic getting swoop and grab. They're super close to getting Ridley. That looks like it's good. Yeah, that looks like Ridley's there right there.
There we
go. Good stuff from both runners. Really pretty clean Ridley fights all around.
Oh, I think okay, for a moment there I thought he was setting up to grab the E-tank, but neither of them is going for it.
Alright, so each runner, the same strats, the same HP. They're going to be equally equipped going into...
That's right, because they're both done with the main bosses. All that remains now is going into the heart of it all, taking care of the Metroids, and beating Mother Brain.
Yeah, the escape from Low Norfolk, probably one of the hardest things to optimize. These key hunters in particular are super annoying. You can see Diddy getting hit by 1, 2, 3.
That's rough.
And that's not even the 3 Musketeers, that's just their cousins.
Oh yeah, the 3 Musketeers are 3 key hunters in an upcoming room, and they are in very narrow spaces. It's possible to get around them, but it's so tight.
Yeah, and definitely when we're talking about New Route, the 3 Musketeers are probably one of the scariest things that exists in the New Route.
Oh god, yes. I feel like 3 Musketeers are the gatekeepers to finishing your run in New Route. Like, if you can once you're past 2 Musketeers, you can start breathing normally. The rest of the run is a lot easier by comparison.
See Diddy, nice shooting to get that small invincibility. Oh, they shot, getting hit twice. 103, don't get hit the 3rd time. They're out.
I doubt he's going to stop for a refill, because 103 isn't bad for Turian, but he's going to have to definitely make sure he doesn't get grabbed by a Metroid.
Absolutely. There's some stuff along the way that might drop some health. You know, these... there's King Cack Attack up top. It's probably going to drop a...
That's right. That's right. Very good call. And not to mention, he's probably going to stop and kill 1 batch of bugs on exiting Meridia, because they're right along the way. You might as well.
Yeah, it's just a tiny bit of a time loss to just kill. They spawn in a group of 3, and They have a good chance to drop supers, and big health. Could help top them off a little bit.
Yeah. Thankfully, Metroids are about as generous with their drops as those gold pirates were.
They can be, in theory.
That's very true.
Sometimes they're extremely stingy and drop nothing.
Alright. Looks like Diddy first to make it back into Meridia here.
Yeah, Gameaholic still in Upper Norfair right now. Not that far behind though. This could come down to just some Torian movement and maybe if either of them know baby skip, who can potentially hit.
Oh yes, most definitely. This is not a, considering that Turian still remains. This is not an insurmountable gap, not by a long shot.
Yeah, and we can't forget that you know, Diddy waving to the
bowing, a nice greeting.
My liege.
My lord. Alright, Kong first to make it back up into Crateria. Just moments away. Well, maybe not moments, but maybe about a minute away from hitting Turian.
Yeah, at the very least a minute away from like the elevator appearing, because the gold 4 room takes quite a bit for the elevator. Whole room's gotta break down.
Yeah. Oh, is he going for it?
This is such a nice looking trick. Oh, unfortunately bonks on the little slope, but you know what? It's gonna be okay. We can still drop a little bomb. It is one of the swaggiest looking strats, and it is fast. It is optimal.
Oh yes, those are my favorite kind of swag strats, the ones that are optimal. Oh, is he gonna just use after echoes to kill the pirates here for a laugh?
Oh no, he just wanted to be flashing white.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. If a bounty hunter came through my door, I would not be as terrified as if they came through my door while flashing white.
Alright, looks like Gameaholic gonna go for the same strat.
And...
That's clean.
Oh,
nice, well done. That's gonna give him a little bit of time against Diddy.
Considering how long the statues take, I think Gameaholic might actually enter the room before Diddy leaves it.
Oh yeah, I definitely am inclined to agree. Because now that all the statues are gray, now they have to sink, and then the ground below you has to... Yeah, for sure, guaranteed.
And the high five.
Yeah. They're just kind of staring at each other. It's like, what's up?
Chat getting very excited about that space boost up top.
Here we go, Diddy entering Torian. We're definitely going to be worried about the Metroid drops. You gotta, after all the Metroids are said and done, you want at least 8 super. And you're going to have to do some funky backups if you only have 8. But, I mean, you want, obviously, max supers, max health, and max missile.
So far, drops are looking pretty good. Getting plenty of health, plenty of supers.
Absolutely, got 9 supers and now back up to 258 health. Oh, getting grabbed. Gotta drop a little tiny. That Gameaholic. Yeah, it's annoying. It's not easy.
Oh, he's opting just to use missiles because he's at 8 supers and probably doesn't want to lose it.
Yeah, and he unfortunately misses a bunch of them, which is not great. But 10 supers, so they can, no matter what, just use 5 regular missiles on these 3 Metroids, and if they don't get a bunch of missile drops, they can just missile refill. Oh, opting to use a super though. They did get a super in return, so.
Yeah, Diddy in good shape heading into the baby room here.
Gameaholic, 2 Metroid rooms away from being done with the Metroids.
Getting a little bit of time here using supers, getting the drops to compensate for it too, so he's looking real good here.
Diddy's setting up for baby skip.
Alright, here we go.
Gameaholic getting grabbed by the Metroids. Okay, it's a clean first 2 jumps. It's looking good.
Alright, just gotta get into position now and then do the vertical jump.
They're so close. Oh!
No!
Just barely missing it. And Gameaholic now just entered the baby room. If they can get it. Oh, it looks like they're definitely not going for it. They're just going to opt to de-boost off this enemy as much as possible, get their health as low as possible so that when the baby does get them, it takes the least amount.
Honestly, considering that Diddy missed baby skip, this is actually still going to save Gameaholic some time.
Absolutely. Going for a baby skip and failing definitely wastes more time than just getting grabbed by the by baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone in the chat mentioned getting slow-mo. If you are grabbed by the baby and then transition through the door, you are walking in slow motion for like eternity.
Yeah. I don't remember exactly why, but the game essentially traps you in that slow speed you have when the baby is on you.
Alright, Diddy going for Zebetite skip. Gets a clean at first try every time.
Alright, this is...
And Diddy didn't save, by the way.
He didn't. So you better hope everything goes according to plan with Mother Brain, otherwise... I think he's a little bit worried about his missile count.
Yeah, definitely wants Mother Brain 1 to not be a soft.
Yeah.
Gameaholic getting Zebetite skip clean as well. No save from Gameaholic.
So it's going to come down to Mother Brain. If both of them can cleanly execute, then Diddy is in really strong shape to take it here. But it's not over till it's over. Oh, Gameaholic getting it out Mother Brain 1 real fast.
Really clean. They're both going to be a Mother Brain 2 at the same time. It just comes down to they both have to make sure they avoid damage. They need to stay above 300 HP. But they do have 1 extra E-Tank. There's a little bit of breathing room.
Ooh.
Getting hit by some onion rings.
The big concern is the catch-up. Doesn't want to
There's
get by
the catch-up.
I think he's a good... Ooh, 2 catch-ups! Oh!
Oh, very, very nice to actually do the moves in the air. It kind of keeps you in the air just a little.
Ooh, that was a little bit close. Thankfully, sealing the deal. Gameaholic now just has to do the same thing. There's
nice bait on the catch-up. I like that bait. There's a second catch-up.
That should do it here.
There it is. Gonna take some damage. Yeah.
Opting to run to the head. I like that.
Yeah, it's safer. It's safer than like running into the legs. The iframes it gives you are so short that you can accidentally take too much.
Yeah, I've seen clips of that. If you turn around around the same time you hit the leg, you take 2 or 3 hits at once, and then you're done.
Yeah,
you can't finish the fight.
Still really close. Diddy definitely with, you know, like a 15 to 25 second lead, something in that range. Who knows what could happen during escape?
It's true.
It's definitely very close.
Yeah. If Diddy makes any major mistakes during escape, that could do it. I guess we'll see. Actually, we're not even done yet. Mother Brain 3 also needs to get the clean, fast hits on Mother Brain's head. Baby thump. And here we go. Diddy into final Mother Brain phase here. Just has to hit her in the head a bunch of times. Get her to appreciate the beat of the music.
It's looking pretty clean so far. There it is, Mother Brain 3. Gameaholic getting up close. They want the distance between the shots and Mother Brain to be shorter. It does save time if you could do it up.
But he is taking a lot of hits from the burgers there. It's slowing him down.
Yeah, and some shots have missed.
He's also taking a fair bit of damage, actually.
Yeah, it's taking over 200 damage at this point.
Ooh.
300. But there it is. Mother Brain 3. But Diddy just started Escape. Gameaholic not going to be that far behind. That health is going to be a little sketch. Definitely does not want to take any extra damage, or else they're not going to be able to spark up the climb.
Oh, that's a good point. That does take a fair bit of health to get up that high.
Oh, Diddy actually falling, making a slight mistake in the escape sequence. Could this help bridge the gap?
You do not want to fall there. That's the exact opposite direction you want to be going. Getting sniped by the pirates too there.
Smart for Gameaholic to jump up to conserve health.
I like that. Smart. I'm definitely curious to see what's going to happen in the climb here. Oh no!
Oh, he missed the spark!
He missed the spark! He has one chance here. Oh, he gets the Behemoth spark. Good save.
Behemoth spark. Really well done. Nice save.
Ooh, that could have been it, but he recovers it.
Clean recovery. Clutch.
Here we go. Does he have enough energy to make it all the way up? No, he doesn't!
Just barely doesn't make it up. Thankfully, Steam doesn't do damage, so they're going to be able to finish him.
Unfortunately for Gameaholic, Diddy has a very clean escape there, recovering from that accident in the climb, and he is our winner here today with an official SRL time of 56:26.
And Gameaholic not far behind, finishing with an official SRL time of 56:45.
Less than 20 seconds apart.
Extremely close race. Super good race.
Oh, you absolutely called. You said it was going to be a good race, and you nailed it right on the head.
Yeah, and absolutely. If you're not giving those runners a follow, definitely drop them one. That was high quality entertainment from both of them. Congratulations to Diddy, and definitely GG's to Gameaholic. It was an extremely close and well fought race from both.
Definitely. I'm glad I was here for it. Now, let's see if they want to come in here and say some words.
We got Gameaholic.
Let's bring it in.
Bring it in. 1 second.
Oops.
Got a little bit of feedback. It's going to be okay.
1 second.
Oops.
Got a little bit of feedback. Alright. Can you hear me?
Yes,
yeah, I hear you.
What a race.
Yeah. That's putting it lightly.
Oh man, yeah. So traditionally during my Super Metro tournaments, Di10kong is usually my first, second, or third opponent, and that was when I was still trying to learn the game, and he usually washes me like with no contest. So I was surprised that the race was actually as close as it was.
No, yeah, absolutely. You played really well, and you kept it close. And in fact, you were ahead for a few spots, especially in the first half of the race.
Oh, so, wow, I'm just really impressed. So I just wasn't sure how well I would do in that, but, I mean, I'll take it. But it definitely shows, wow, like, just a minor boss improvement would have been it, so.
Absolutely, and to be honest, the parts where you gained the most time against Diddy were actually the bosses. You had a slightly cleaner Fantoon and a slightly cleaner Dragon as well.
Nice.
Pretty much your Ridleys were identical, and it was a super close race all the way through. If I would recommend watching the VOD to see just how close that race was, because at some points it was like butt clenchingly tight.
Yeah.
Whew. But yeah, that was super fun. Like I said, I was just in the past, like he's completely destroyed me. So just to see how far I've gotten, just the fact that I was able to catch up with him in this race, whew, I was just surprised of how much better I've gotten through the past year.
Yeah, definitely we're playing super well. Super impressed from the level of play shown by both of you, and definitely the determination and the decision making. I don't know if you were watching how close you were to Diddy at the very least to see like if you were gonna save at Turian or not, because both of you skipped the save and it was like just that much closer.
I was watching it and I figured if I were to bank on him dying on by the burn, I could still play MB pretty safe since I could always play against her a bit more slowly. But I just want to see how close. The fact that was pretty close with them. I just figured I may as well just YOLO and just go for it. I'm
still feeling a bit of adrenaline. You know, I was only watching. I wasn't even playing. Shoot.
But man, what a race! But
so, you gotta ask, what is anything in particular you're going to be practicing to prepare for next week?
Probably going to go for the bot wound X Factor since that's a free time save, and I just haven't been comfortable to run it in the race. I've done some practice with it, but unless I start putting it in my PBs, I'd like to at least try to get it so I can start to put it in my PBs, and then to the point where I'm comfortable enough to do a race. Just because if you mess up that X Factor in bot wound, it's a huge. Once those particles fly around, you just lose even more time, and it's not as free as it looks. In the sense, at least in the sense that if you mess it up, you lose more time than if you do the normal strat.
Yeah, absolutely. X Factor on Bot's Wound is one of the things that is tough for everyone to learn, and it is also one of the most important things to learn because Bot Wound is one of the worst bosses. He's super annoying RNG snake, and I hate him personally. I don't know about you, but I hate that boss.
It's like I'm not so much scared as much dying him, but getting health by him is just miserable since you end up using all your ammos, and then you'll still end up farming a lot more ammo if you don't get any good drops, or especially if you get health bombed.
You get health bombed, you pick up an E-tank right after, so you just get health on health. Like it's the worst. Yeah. So I definitely think that's a good call from you to practice the Botwoon X Factor. And he's definitely Diddy did a real swaggy Botwoon X Factor, which I believe I first saw it from Poplars. But you know, there's a couple different strats you can look into to help make that strat a little bit more consistent. That are, you know, some people use audio cues, and now some people are starting to use more visual cues and have Samus do things to you know, frame kill and waste time a little bit so they can line up the X Factor perfectly.
Yeah, like I said, I know in terms of boss, that's definitely the one I'm going to practice the most. But I guess in terms of bosses, normally Dragon is something that should be more consistent, since there's just some patterns that I could easily do with. Phantoon just has a billion patterns that I'm just going to accept that I'm not going to deal. I can't deal with them until probably 3 more weeks. But because unless I can get the easy mids, like just any of the late patterns, is just really difficult. Just with all the flames, trying to get through those flames to get that magic frame extinguish.
Absolutely. Well, Di10kong has said, I'm going to skip the interview and go back to sleep, but thanks for the race. And GG's, obviously. So thank you so much to both the runners, Diddy and Gameaholic. Do you have any final words, Gameaholic, before we finish this off?
I just want to thank the Super Metroid. I want to thank you guys for commentating. Thank Di10kong for an amazing race, and I want to thank the Super Metroid community for helping me tune my skills. Since, like a few weeks ago, like getting a sub-hour sounded impossible, and now like I'm already getting like 56 and 57s consistently. So definitely thanks for all the strats, for all the people, and thanks for the Discord community to help me with the questions on how to improve my time.
Well, there you have it. If you haven't given, like I said, haven't given Gameaholic and Di10kong a follow, please do so. They are excellent runners. I have been Borlax, secretly Daniel RGT this whole.
And I have been CrunchyLex, not so secretly that very name this whole time.
And thank you so much to Speed Gaming for once again hosting these races on their channel. If you're not already following them, give them a follow, please. And thank you to everyone watching. And have a good, very, very late night.
Thanks for watching, everybody.